Mall of America. It's home to world-class shopping, great dining, and amazing attractions and events. And these are our stories, presented by Bloomington, Minnesota Travel and Tourism.
Welcome, everyone, to this episode of So Much More. I am your host, Dan Jasper. I'm thrilled, honored, excited, anticipating, all the words I can think of. I have two really special guests today. I work with both of them closely. I have for years. They are integral in making Mall of America such a special place. Today's episode, we're going to talk about one of the things that makes Mall of America so unforgettable, and that is the attractions. And we are kind of the world of attractions under one roof, in my mind anyway, right? There is so much to do here at Mall of America for families and thrill seekers of all levels and all ages. My special guests today are Brian Spielman. Brian is VP of Attractions here at Mall of America. How you doing, Brian?
Good, Dan. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, you excited to be here?
I'm excited to be here. Thank you.
He's saying that. I know he's such a good sport. He's like thinking, I'd rather not be here, but he's amazing.
I'm an ops guy.
And nobody knows, he's an ops guy, right? Nobody knows attractions in general, specifically attractions at Mall of America, more than Brian Spielman. He has literally kind of been raised in this world, which we'll get to in a little bit. And then I also have Kelsey Cunningham, my marketing senior manager. Kelsey, I've worked with you on so many different projects, but one of your specialties is all of the attraction marketing here at Mall of America, correct?
Yep.
And you love it.
Yes, attractions are my favorite.
They are. I shouldn't do this, but I'm going to do this. What's your favorite attraction?
Log shoot's my favorite attraction.
Log shoot is awesome. It's everyone's favorite,
Yes.
I think, almost, right? Let's start from the beginning, though. Mall of America opened in 1992, and one of the things that made us unique was Camp Snoopy at the time, the theme park at the center of Mall of America. And Brian, that's kind of where you got your start. Would you take us back to the very beginning and how your career started and how it's evolved?
Yeah, I'll do my best. It was so long ago. It's hard to remember back that far. But no, I did start in Camp Snoopy at the time in retail. So I worked at specifically the Camp Snoopy General Store, making fudge and chocolates and treats.
This is my favorite story of Brian's. Like, people don't know this.
It fits like my persona and everything else,
totally.
right?
Well,
to
it's
be in there.
awesome, and I am confident that I bought fudge from Brian back in the day because we always stopped at fudge, my son and I.
I was the best at slanging fudge off the counter there. Yep, yeah. So that was my start, and retail was kind of my background. So within a few months, started supervising the other stores. It was my first experience then, promoted to rides manager, so my first experience with rides management at all. Operated the arcades at the time. We had rock walls, trampolines. I had my first exposure to the mall and mall guest services, was a guest service manager. Operated the theaters for a time, and then now it's been about 12 years where I'm overseeing all of our self-operated businesses. So
A lot of people don't know that there was a time when we operated the movie theaters here at Mall of America, and you were in charge of that. And how was that different from Nickelodeon or Camp Snoopy, or right?
only completely
Completely
yeah.
different, right? You had to learn an entire industry, didn't you?
That's exactly it. That's exactly it. The food and beverage, obviously similar, so I had that experience, but had no experience, knew nothing about film buying and kind of how that whole piece works. So thank goodness we had a partner at the time that did the negotiation with all the studios on our film pricing. But yeah, it was a very cool experience to run and see. We used to run old 35 millimeter film too. It was not all digital, so really an art form.
One of the things we were able to do when we had the theaters, as we do so often because we're a creative company and a nimble company, is that you and Chris and others were able to do some really cool special events up there as well.
Yeah, mostly Chris. I would help execute.
You had a creative mind, right?
I had a very creative mind. And yes, doing things like trailer trash, where
Right.
came from Chris's brain, right? To let's just take all the crazy trailers from the different movies and make a segment and a series and
put them together and have fun doing it.
Exactly. Those were fun times.
We've done a lot of fun things. Are you certified or trained to actually operate any of the rides in Nickelodeon Universe?
Probably not certified anymore.
You were at one time.
At one time I was, yes. I
Yep.
was certified for sure on Orange Streak, Frank Gold. The
Yep.
great Frank Gold.
What was it? What was the first ride you operated?
I think it was actually the camp bus. was
Oh,
the
really?
first,
Okay.
yeah. Camp Bus, Swipers, over
Yep.
in that section. I think that was rotation 3 at the time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very good. Kelsey, now how long have you been at Mall of America? Kind of tell us your background, how you have grown into this role. And I'm loving your t-shirt, by the way.
I know.
For those that are watching at home,
I just got it today.
Brian and I are wearing Mall of America gear, and then you're wearing this awesome Teenage Mutant
Yes.
Ninja Turtle
I
gear.
have to talk to
Yes.
Mary about that.
Yeah,
We can
I
get
got it
ours.
from our Nickelodeon shop inside the park.
So you can buy one too,
Yes.
just saying.
Recent
But
purchase.
tell us about your background and,
Yeah.
and how you started, when you started,
Yep.
and your position, what you do now.
Yeah, well, I love, Brian, hearing your background and hearing that you have experience on different teams and now where you're at. I started in guest services as well, which was...
Kelsey was an ops. I love it.
Yes.
Yep.
And honestly, like such great experience to start in operations because you just get such a good understanding of the mall, of the park, of the just the flow and how things work operationally and just how many teams it touches to make things happen here. So I started in guest services, which also gives you some thick skin and just also understanding what our guests like and what they don't like, which I think is great when you're planning events and when you're talking about marketing messaging and what really resonates with our guests. So I started in guest services, worked in guest services for a year, and then did a marketing internship, retail and marketing, attractions focused, and loved attractions. And then I got lucky and a position opened up, and I've been here ever since. So I've been here for 10 years.
And you really do lead the marketing efforts for the mall-owned attractions, don't you?
Yeah, with the help from lots of other team
no,
members.
you don't do it
but
alone. You
yes.
don't do it alone. A lot of people work on it, but you are key to what we do here, and it's so fun to work with you on so many different programs here. I have to ask Brian a question though. Thinking back to mall attractions, what is your favorite ride here at Mall of America?
Probably Log Shoot.
Is it really?
It's hard to say,
So
but
good.
yeah,
Well, it's a classic.
nostalgia,
Classic.
Right, you
classic,
gotta love
right?
it.
Yeah.
But so you're thinking Nickelodeon Universe, and for those old timers among us, Nickelodeon Universe is the new Camp Snoopy. It's actually been Nickelodeon Universe much longer than it ever was Camp Snoopy. But Mall of America itself, we have other attractions. What other attractions do you oversee here at Mall of America?
We do. Currently, that changes throughout time, right? Based
Yes.
on need or demand or opportunities that come through with license agreements. But currently, we operate the Crayola experience, Moose Mountain Mini Golf, Rock of Ages, The Matrix. Am I forgetting something?
The human crane.
The Human Crane is a new
You
one.
can't forget the Human Crane.
Star Express. See, I even forget.
Star
Day by
Express,
day,
right?
you just never know. So, yeah,
Yeah.
those are two newer ones, Human Crane and Star Express, yeah.
It's funny because when people think of the attraction at Mall of America, they do think of Nickelodeon because that is our prime. It's quite honestly, it's an anchor, probably the largest anchor for Mall of America because it's right at the center. But there's a bunch of other things that you and your team handle and manage and operate as well. Talk a little bit about, from an operational perspective, how do you handle that and how do you staff it? And what do you do with spring break and Christmas and summer? And then what do you do when people get sick, right? Some of the logistics behind it and how you use technology to help you. That's a long question.
That is.
Sorry.
I'll try to dissect that one. Wow.
How do you do your job?
How do you do your job? That was essentially it.
Well, that's the easy part is that we have a great team, right?
Yeah.
I would start there. We have a fantastic team, a huge team. It is a big operation, right? So it truly it's not a one-person job. It takes everyone. It takes marketing, operations, housekeeping, IT, like dissect both marketing and operations up. And there are a lot of groups that it takes to make things happen. So when you talk about seasonality staffing, you talked about technology in there. I think I'm the wrong guy to talk through that. But again, I'd say like we have some interesting aspects about our theme park and about our venue in general that are differ from other places. We're probably the only theme park, as an example, that likes rainy days.
We love rainy
Right.
days. Sorry, Minnesota.
Rainy days drives a lot of traffic here, so different than Valley Fairs, some of the local outdoor theme parks or events. We're looking forward to those days. We have centralized scheduling, I think, is something too. No day is the same here.
Right.
And I think that's another thing outside of a fantastic team that we do well is you really got to like change. You got to at least be able to adapt to the fluidity of the day because it does change day by day, whether it's events or just traffic patterns or, again, weather can really change those things. So centralized scheduling to help with cross training, right? So we'll have a pool of people, 400 or 500 people that our scheduler can distribute throughout food and beverage or rides or these different attractions. So that gives us flexibility when we do have those days with call outs and things change, and you got to be able to adjust and problem solve and move. And I think our teams are masters at that, truly.
No, they really are. And if anything, if nothing else, Mall of America, we're good with flexibility and change and being nimble, like I said. But you oversee other areas of the mall as well as attractions. We're not going to focus on those, but briefly talk about those if you would, because I want to draw that back to attractions. What other areas do you manage?
We have some retail operations. I believe we're currently, I shouldn't have said that, the number 5 or 6 stores.
Right, yep.
5 or 6 food and beverage outlets, and then guest services for the mall, as well as warehouse.
Yep.
So the loading dock and that team has been more recent, but that's quite an operation as well, just all the tenant operations that take place down there.
And one thing you mentioned earlier, which is so true, which is here at Mall of America, we've all been here quite a while. You're kind of the newer among us, and you've been here quite a while, is that the teams operationally and marketing and everyone comes together and figures stuff out, don't they?
Yes, they do.
They work really well.
Yep.
What about Black Friday? How's that work on Black Friday?
Everyone's here, right? Yeah, we're all here.
No one has that day off at all.
No.
How was your Thanksgiving? Short and
Exactly.
quick nap and back in here.
And here we go.
Yeah, that's right.
We're in spring as we're taping this, but this will likely air late spring, early summer. And summer's a huge time for us, right? Where do our guests come from, our attraction guests, where do they come from, as you know, in general, and how much time do they spend here? Any idea?
Yeah, I think where they come from, we get people from everywhere, which is something I've always enjoyed here. I have met people from so many different countries, Iceland to Slovakia. I don't know. People come from all over, but I'd say our drive market. So you've got the local traffic that obviously likes it here as well, but whether it's the Dakotas, Sioux Falls, Fargo, Chicago, like that drive market. Forgot the other.
And people, no, that's right, because like especially during the summer, people will often, families specifically, will often spend 3-4 days at the mall, right? And that might be 1 or 2 only in Nickelodeon, but then they do the other attractions, they go shopping, and that's a cool thing about the mall is how much there is to do in this place.
Yeah, with all the hotels down the entire Bloomington corridor too, we truly have become a destination that's more than a day trip, right? You can spend a long weekend or longer.
Yeah, you really can.
Yep.
And I know, and guests should check out mallofamerica.com and look at all our events, because I know throughout the summer there's so many huge events here as well. So you can tack that onto your family vacation, your family fun. And I do think that more families will be driving this summer than ever before, just because gas is a little bit higher and they may be less apt to fly to another state or something. I think we're going to see a lot of Midwesterners and other folks coming. Do you think so?
I would agree, and I hope we have some rainy weekends. And
I hope it's a wet summer. That's all I hope
the
for.
Grinch
right?
of summer vacation. Just praying for rain, and everyone's got to come indoors and
they'll
enjoy.
have fun when they're here, right? Let's switch to marketing a little bit. Kelsey, you do marketing. Attractions marketing is a specialty of yours. You do it for Nickelodeon. You also help with the other attractions here that we own and operate, correct?
Yes. Yep.
And then we have also some seasonal attractions I think you're involved with as well. Do you help with the marketing in some respects for like when the big guy in red is here?
Yes, I do.
That's Santa Claus for those that didn't get that reference. And Halloween and stuff, right? We have a big Halloween. Talk a little bit about how you incorporate those other attractions and what the different seasons, how that changes your strategy and how you do things, you and your team.
Yeah, absolutely. So when we are looking at different seasons, we're looking at when our guests are planning their trips. So we want to get in front of them when they're ideating and thinking about coming to Mall of America and planning those trips. So we're hitting them that at the inspiration time when they're planning, and we're looking at the different seasons. And for summer, we know it's a longer season. So what do we have planned out that you can come multiple days and make multiple trips to Mall of America, and you're going to see something different each time. But then we have shorter seasons like our spring break, which you have a couple weeks, but we're also looking at the times that schools are out. So you see even across St. Paul and Minneapolis, schools are out at different times. So you got this 1 week, and we want people to have a consistent experience. And during slime break, they can get slimed, and we want them to have that experience and be able to have that experience when they're on their spring break. And then Halloween, of course, is another short one that we just have a couple weekends that we're having our guests here, and they want to celebrate Halloween and they want to have those activations. So it's like, what characters do we have out in their Halloween overlays? And what are campaign names that we're bringing back that people can say, oh my gosh, yeah, it's Booniverse, and Booniverse is back, and I remember that from last year, and I need to see it again this year.
It is a tradition with people.
Yes, and how are we building on those traditions and growing and adding to them, but making them, like, I need to come back and do that again.
Right. That you and the team are really good at consistent storytelling, I think, because you're building those brands for those special events, those special occasions, and people do remember them, which is wonderful. People are going to be a little budget conscious this summer, and I think you have some opportunities like bundling and some other things. Can you talk a little bit about how folks can save money at Mall of America with attractions and make this appealing for them? Yeah,
so we have our attraction bundles, which are such a great opportunity for guests to try multiple different attractions at a discounted rate. So it's a discount off the gate price, and there's different packages they can select. So whether you're coming for a couple days, an extended weekend, or just one day, it's a great way to try. Each one comes with Nickelodeon Universe wristbands, so you can get a full day of rides at Nickelodeon Universe. But then you can try some of our other attractions like the Escape Game or Museum of Illusions or Climb Zone. So it's a great way at a discounted rate to try these different attractions, and you have multiple days to use these bundles.
It makes it really affordable and makes it fun for families, especially if they're going to spend 2 or 3 days. You mentioned a few, Escape Game, and I'm trying to
Museum of Illusions.
Museum of Illusions. We have Flyover America. We have Sea Life Aquarium.
Yep.
There's a lot and they're good partners of ours as well.
Yeah.
So a trick question for you guys, really quick. Not trick question, interesting question. What is this could get you in trouble though. What's your favorite non-MOA operated attraction in the building?
I like all of our partners equally. Yeah, they're all great.
They are awesome. You're not going to answer, are you?
Okay, I love sharks.
Okay.
So I love sharks. So Sea Life, I'm going to say it's just such a fun attraction to go visit, and there's sharks there. So
it's amazing, and all of our partners are really good. I happen to be a fan of Flyover.
I
just absolutely love it.
Hard to be a flyover.
You know, it's just it's 20 minutes or whatever it is. Right. It's not a long experience, but it's elevated. It's an elevated experience, Flyover.
And their holiday.
I love the holiday overlay.
It is so fun.
And sometimes they do other versions.
You get a few films.
Yeah. Flyover Canada, Flyover Hawaii.
Yeah,
some really fun ones as well, which is exciting. Yeah. What other plans? Do we have any other big plans that you can talk about for summer from a marketing perspective, or are they still kind of under wraps?
We're still working on our plans, but we're of course bringing back different characters, and we will during the summer time frame have characters that we don't always have out in the park. SpongeBob is always here, so don't worry, you will always see SpongeBob or have a chance to see SpongeBob if you're here visiting. But there's other characters like Arnold from Hey Arnold and Garfield that we're bringing here this summer, and just some of those unique characters that you don't always get. And so this summer we're bringing more of those back because we had some this spring and people really liked them, and we got really great feedback on social. And so if people have requests, let us know. Our social team is watching that, and we'll bring them out here.
And if you don't follow us on social because they focus on our attractions a lot too, and it's fun. They do a really good job. Brian, describe to a guest, a family who's considering coming to Mall of America. They've never been here. What's it like when they first walk in, specifically when they walk into Nickelodeon? Paint a picture for them.
What I hear is wow.
Yes, a lot.
I think unexpected. I don't think people anticipate how big it actually is for being an indoor theme park.
Yeah.
Over 6 acres, and very unusual, right? Very unique. So they're going to see excitement. They're going to hear the sounds and see the sights, and Again,
And-
I'd say that wow factor is what I hear and see most and enjoy seeing that.
I always kind of equate it to like if you go to New York City and you're walking around and you see people looking at the tall buildings, they're first timers. It's kind of the
Similar.
same feeling when people
Yeah.
walk into Nickelodeon.
Yeah.
You can tell the first timers, can't you?
Exactly.
Because
Yeah.
they have this look of amazement like, wow, I saw pictures or I saw it on social media. It's so big.
You turn the corner into Times Square, I think is a great example, like
And
you
it's,
say.
as
Yeah.
workers, as people that have worked here a long time, it's really fun to witness that too, isn't it?
Well, and one other thing that's really unique about Nickelodeon Universe and our theme park is that it's ungated. So
Thank you.
anyone can walk through and guests can walk in and look at all the rides and attractions, and they don't need a ticket to walk through our park, which is really unusual.
Set up to be affordable. Like you say, I think a
It
lot
is.
of the things
Yeah.
we do outside of the promotions is the annual pass and Toddler Tuesdays and the point passes, right? So you can come in, you can go to dinner, you can just enjoy a few rides, save those points, come another time. So truly is designed to be affordable and obtainable for all.
So many folks, I would assume most folks, buy a day-long wristband, which means they can ride for that day as many times as they want. But explain the point pass a little bit more for someone who's not familiar, because it's awesome.
Yep, it's about half and half actually who buys
is it?
points
Okay.
and buys wristbands. So yes, a wristband is for one person, all day unlimited rides. Point pass can be shared amongst a group and they don't expire. So the more points you buy, generally there's more savings. And you would scan, each ride is either 3 or 6 points. They have the points values listed. And it's just kind of, again, a nice, obtainable, affordable way to manage. You might come in and see long lines, right? You hadn't anticipated the rain that I had been cheering for all day.
Yep.
And so you come in and buy a point dancing for. So you come in and buy a points pass and maybe just do a few rides and then go shopping or
Yep.
dine.
And save it for another
Right.
day.
That's right.
Save it for another day. I love being able to use point passes. And when the mall first opened and I was a single dad and had very limited funds, it was a way for me to let my son ride a ride.
Yep.
And he got some thrill out of it, but we could make it, right. It was something that I could afford to do. So it's an awesome attraction or opportunity for families as well. If you could give a tip to families that are coming this summer, what would you give them? 1 or 2 fun tips for families traveling to, especially when they're coming for the attractions at Mall of America.
Well, also on top of that, it's free to see our characters. So when our characters are out, you can get online and meet our characters and
Take a photo.
which is really nice. One thing I've realized too is that we have so many rides for different ages. If you have a little one who is, toddlers, we have so many rides for toddlers, which is really nice. Having a toddler myself, it is really nice to have those rides that you can bring your little one on and spend a day with. But then also you have thrill rides. So it's such a range because then we have really great thrilling roller coasters in our park too. So if you have little ones, don't be afraid to bring them out. It's not that you have to be a certain height to get on these rides because we have rides for little ones too.
Something for everyone.
Yeah.
What tip would you have for guests coming for attractions?
Come early in the morning.
Yes.
Yeah.
Come when it opens. Yes.
Midday can be busy. I'd say also come during the week. Sometimes the weekends, the holidays are crowded, right? That is our model. That's our business model. We drive guests, but during the week, again, whether it's going out to dinner or just doing something fun with the family for that night, going to see a movie.
Yep.
There's lots to do, and again, crowds can be a little less. Things like valet too. People forget that we have a valet lounge
Makes it
on the
convenient.
north side. Makes it convenient even for those busy days for parking.
With are guests able to buy Nickelodeon tickets online?
Yes.
How do they do that?
Yeah, so you can visit NickelodeonUniverse.com, and then you go to our tickets page, and then you buy our tickets online. Super easy, send to your email, and then you can print them out at our SSKs. So there are self-service kiosks. They're all over the park at every entrance.
Yep.
So you can just go up to one of them, type in your order, and it'll print out your
We try to make it
wristbands.
as easy as
Super
possible.
easy.
I could talk forever on attractions here at Mall of America, and I have the 2 experts with me. So thank you both for coming today. If you could, I'm going to ask you, if guests are coming and, I'm going to ask you this. What's your favorite food inside the park? Boom.
Oh, Dole Whip.
Boom.
I was going to say that. Mango natto. Mango natto.
I love
So
Dole Whip
good.
too. It's so good.
It's so good.
I thought someone would say Dippin' Dots. I didn't know if they would or not. And then if you couldn't ride your favorite ride, what's your next favorite ride?
Avatar, Airbender.
We're saying the same things. I can
okay.
operate Avatar Airbender too.
No,
by the
you've been
way.
trained on
Yes,
Avatar?
I have. So you could put me in that mix of
Got one up on
rotation
me
if
there.
you need somebody
I
in
can't do that one.
rides.
There you go.
Guests should know that I'm not certified to operate anything, nor trained. So you're good. You're good. And our team is highly trained and well trained, and they take their job seriously. Thank you both for coming today. For all of our guests, thanks for tuning in. We hope you enjoyed this conversation. Reach out to us if you have questions about attractions at Mall of America. I'll connect you with these guys because they know everything, and I'll get you to help. But in the meantime, please like this episode, subscribe if you haven't subscribed, tell all of your friends and family, and we will join you next week on So Much More.
Thanks for listening to So Much More, a Mall of America podcast. Subscribe wherever you find your favorite podcasts. This show is presented by Bloomington, Minnesota Travel and Tourism.